All right, guys, so I got my Honda Pacific Coast carburetors off. I'm having an issue. I got the thing running, but it's not running well. So I'm going to take these carbs apart and clean them really good. This bike sat for probably 10 years, and I went through the carbs without taking them apart. I tried to spray out all the different orifices, but it's still having some issues. So we're going to take this carb apart. I have a manual that I'm using. I hate the manuals on the iPad. I like paper manuals, but this is all I have right now. So we're going to use it, and I definitely recommend you get a manual, but I'll try to walk you through some of this. This is not really a how-to. This is just what I'm doing. So hope this helps. We first start, we have two screws that we have to get out. One is down here. I don't know if you can see my finger touching it. That one has to come out. And I believe there's the other one is on this side, right up here. Those two screws have to come out to separate these carbs. What I'm going to do is I'm probably going to pop this screw off here and get this fuel, or I mean these little air lines off all here and get all that off. One of the screws on this side here is going to have to come off too. So that's what I'm going to do first. All right, so one of the first things I did, I marked this the number 2 carburetor and this number 1. I'm going to try to keep all of 1 parts in here and all of 2 in here. I do have the bolts in here that I used to, or the screws that I took out off the air filter. So the first thing I had to do was use my impact hammer to pop these screws loose. They were very tight, so I'm going to try to pop these out to be able to see if my impact driver will get down into here, but I don't think it will. But I want to get these off out of the way, so we're going to take this off first, and this is coming off of carburetor 1, so I'm going to put it in carburetor 1's bin. All right, so I took the float bowl out. Now, I've done so many bikes here lately, I can't remember which ones I have taken apart before and which ones I haven't. I thought I took these carbs off and cleaned them once before, and maybe I did, but there was just crap in the lines because there's still a lot of crap in the bowls, and I found some down here on the jets. So we're going to pop this all the way apart and get all the jets, everything out of here, and the floats, everything, and get this cleaned really good. I want to get this torn down enough where I could put it in the ultrasonic cleaner and let that clean it. So we're going to pull the fuel pump out. We're going to pull everything apart that we can get off of this thing and put it in the ultrasonic. We want all the little ports and passageways in there cleaned out, and I want this thing running good. It's my fault. I had the thing running pretty good and have just had so much stuff going on that the bike sat for a while, and the gas probably gunked it back up again, but I really don't remember tearing all this apart. So we're going to go ahead and pop all this off and clean it up. All right, I had to retreat to my basement because it's just too cold out today. I didn't finish everything yesterday, so I came back out, started the day. It's 17 degrees in my garage, just a little too cold, so don't tell my wife I'm in the house with carburetors, making it smell like gasoline. But anyhow, what I did was I ran this through the ultrasonic. Looks super clean now, and I'm ready to put everything back together. I did take it out in my garage and blow every little orifice out, all the little holes, all the little air holes that I could find, and really cleaned the carburetor, made sure everything was clear and free of any debris. Hopefully it didn't miss anything, but the one thing that was a problem on this one is I couldn't get this float out. This pin is wedged in there against this little orifice post here with the, looks like a little float BB or something in it. I could not get this pin out, so had to do the best I could. If I have any issues with this float, I'll pull this carb again and try harder, but I didn't want to damage the pin or break off any of the posts here. So it is what it is. It's going to have to be the best it can. I got everything else clean. Where is it at? This piece here was plugged up. And even when I got my jet out of the ultrasonic cleaner, it was still partially plugged, and I didn't notice it before, but there was like some debris down inside that was caked in there. So I gave it a slight scrub with a brush, a little carb brush, and blew it out, and now it's perfectly clean. And these are just the two screws for the fuel pump on the side. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back together, and it's the same way as you took it apart, just in reverse. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back together while the other one is in the ultrasonic cleaner, and we're going to get this thing back together and hopefully back on the bike really soon so we can test it out. Hopefully the weather cooperates a little bit, and I'm going to keep going. All right, so I have them both cleaned up, ready to go back in. All right, so I have both carburetors cleaned up, ready to go back in, all blown out like I did on the first one. Got everything cleaned up. They look a lot better. Hopefully they run a lot better. So now we're gonna get ready to put the carburetors back together and get them ready to go back on the bike. All right, I don't know if you can see in here, but I've got the synchronizer screw in. Synchronizer spring in, I should say, between the two. I pushed everything together. I kind of made sure this pipe went in first, and the pipe and the collar in here between. Make sure you put your spring back in between these two. Now I'll show you real quick what I did. I got it in fairly easy. I backed this out almost all the way out, and then I kind of pried the throttle open. Let's see if I can do it with one hand here and show you what it did. Open it like this, and then I had these wide or not really that wide tweezers, and I slid them in here and held everything open. I just slid it in here on top of this like little washer piece in here. Let me pause this for a second and I'll put it in. Okay, so you can see how I wedged it in here just to hold everything kind of open and away from this part of the carburetor here. So it was much easier to press everything open, slide the back part of the spring in, and then just pop the top part in. It was actually really easy with doing it that way and getting it away from this lip where you're trying to fight this and get everything past. So it actually went in really easy on the second try. Just be careful you don't lose that spring, it doesn't go flying. So now we've got that in, and the rest of it is just putting the air passage lines that were on it back on there, and get it ready to go back on the bike. It looks like it's about ready to go. So we'll do the last few little things and get this thing ready to go back on the bike. All right, so I got the carbs back in, reconnected the fuel lines. I forgot to show a video of doing these little vent lines here, but like I said before, take some pictures of it, and that way you can use it as a reference, get them back on. So I got the carb back in here. I have to tighten down the boots that hold the carb on, and then we'll try startup, see what happens. All right, guys, I didn't want to bore you with a bunch of cranking before it got enough fuel in it to start, but as you can hear, it's running pretty good. Super cold out today, so the choke is on. I'm going to let it run for a bit, and then I'm going to try to mess with it, see if it'll come off of the choke and run okay. Before it would not. So right now it seems to be idling pretty good without having the air cleaner and things on it. So we're going to see what it does when I take the choke off here in a few minutes. I'm going to let it warm up a little bit. It's super cold. All right, guys, so I put the air cleaner back on and started it. She cranks right up, runs amazing. I had to bring the idle down a little bit. Now all I did to it from the last time I had it running was put the air cleaner on it, start it up, bring the idle down a little bit. That's it. She's running great. This is the best it's ran since I've had it, which, you know, I haven't been really doing too much on it, but I still need to balance the carbs. And that will probably be in a future video. But so that's going through the carbs and just cleaning them up, and man, this thing is running so much better. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm gonna have more to come on this bike and other bikes too, so please like, subscribe, and share this video if it helps. Give me a thumbs up, I really appreciate it, and ride safe. All right, I'm gonna throw some bonus footage in real quick. I balanced the carbs while the motor was really hot. Plugged one of my vacuum line hoses in here, and the other one in the other hose that would go to the petcock, but I've removed my petcock. So we've got both of those plugged in. Sorry I can't shut my seat there so you can see a little bit better, but started the motor up. It's running a little off right now. Make sure we have no leaks. Alright, so if you go right down this hole here, you can get in here to the screw to adjust the synchronizer. Now you can see I turned it just a little bit, and now they're pretty much right on. And there you go. That's how to balance your carbs. So it's really easy. Since Honda put this screw in, so it makes it really easy that Honda put this screw in here to get to that synchronizer. I'm very surprised with Honda on this, but this is phenomenal that they did that. So I'm going to get all this stuff unplugged and get in out of the cold. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. There'll be more to come on this bike and more.